Hello children. Hi everyone. I welcome you all to the 8th standard science class sound part 2. We discussed about the basics of sound in part 1 video children. In this part, let us discuss about how the sound is produced in humans. Sound produced by humans. Children, in humans, sound is produced by the voice box or larynx. Children, here you can observe the voice box. See, this is considered as the voice box. So this is the expanded view of the voice box, inner expanded view of the voice box. Children, voice box also called as larynx. The another name for voice box is larynx. It is the upper part of the windpipe. Larynx is the upper part of the windpipe. Children, here you can observe the windpipe. So it is the upper part of the windpipe. Two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box, leaving a narrow slit. Here children, here you can observe the vocal cords. See children, this is the one vocal cord and this is another vocal cord. Here two vocal cords are stretched. Stretched means you can know it somewhat it is flexible. They are stretched across the voice box. Here you can observe the voice box larynx and here two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box, leaving a narrow slit. Children, this is the narrow slit. That means small opening. Narrow slit. When the lungs force air through the slit, if we force air through the slit, it vibrates and produces sound. The vocal cords vibrates and produce sound. If lungs, you know lungs means main respiratory organs. Say lungs force air through the slit, it vibrates and produce sound. Children, now while speaking, hold your neck at the region of the, see here I'm showing this region now. At this region, if you hold your fingers while speaking means you can experience the vibration produced by your voice box. Do this children. Once again children, in humans sound is produced by the voice box or larynx. It is the upper part of the windpipe. Two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box, leaving a narrow slit. When lungs force air through the slit, it vibrates and produces sound. See, here you can observe the vocal cords and you can observe the narrow slit between the vocal cords. Then when the lungs force air through the slit, the vocal cords vibrate and produces sound. See, to know how our voice box works, there is a simple activity children. Take two rubber strips of the same size. See in this way, any two rubber strips. Take two rubber strips of the same size. Place these two pieces one above the other and stretch them tight. Place those two pieces one how the girl holds that. In the same way, place the two pieces one above the other and stretch them tight. Hold them tight. Blow air through the gap between them. Between those two rubber stripes, there is a small gap. Between those two gaps, blow the air. As the air blows through the stretched rubber strips, a sound is produced. If you blow the air through that, a sound is produced. So in the same way, our vocal cord also works. That means our voice box also works. When the lungs forces the air through the narrow slit, then the vocal cord vibrates and produces the sound. It is very simple, children. See, each person has different voices. That means men voice is somewhat rough, then woman voice is somewhat smooth, and it is somewhat melodious. Children's voice, comparative to the men and women, the children voice is very soft voice. So what is the reason for the variation in these voices means? See, the vocal cords in men are about 20 millimeter long. Why this is, what is the reason for the difference in the voices means? The main reason is the length of the vocal cord. So in case of men, the length of the vocal cord is about 20 millimeter long. In case of women, the length of the vocal cord is 15 millimeter long. But in case of children, they have very short vocal cords. This is the reason why the voices of men, women and children are different. And also you can observe the changeover in the voices from one person to another person. That is also because of the change in the length of the vocal cords. Now, children, sound needs a medium for propagation, hence it is a mechanical wave. Sound needs a medium for propagation. Propagation means to travel, to move from one place to another place. Sound needs a supportive medium, or it needs a support to move from one place to another place. Hence it is called a mechanical wave. So to prove this statement, here is a simple activity. Children, take a metal or glass tumbler. Here see, take a metal or glass tumbler. Make sure that it is dry. It should be dried one. No water content is there in that. Make sure that there is no water content in that glass tumbler. Place a cell phone in it. Place a cell phone in the glass tumbler. Children, remember that the cell phone must not be kept in water, because you know it is an electronic gadget. If it is kept in water means it never works again. So please don't do that mistake, children. Remember that the cell phone must not be kept in water. Ask your friends to give a ring on this cell phone from another cell phone. Take your friend's help and ask him to give a ring to the cell phone, to your cell phone from another cell phone. Listen to the ring carefully. Now you can listen very louder sound. And now surround the rim of the tumbler with your hands and put your mouth on the opening between your hands. Children, how he hold now? While drinking the water, how we hold the tumbler now? In the same way, both the hands cover the mouth of the tumbler, the rim of the tumbler, and put your mouth on the opening between your hands. And indicate your friend to give a ring again to your cell phone. Listen to the ring while sucking air from the tumbler. Let us suck the, see, you are holding the tumbler with your hands, and you close the opening of the hands with your mouth. No, suck the air from the tumbler. While sucking the air from the tumbler, if your friend call it to that phone means, your phone or your cell phone means, you cannot hear. You can hear the sound, but it is very fainter. Very fainter means very less sound you will hear. The sound becomes fainter as you suck air. Then remove the tumbler from your mouth. The sound becomes louder again. By this activity, by this simple activity, we can confirm that sound needs a material medium for its propagation, or for its motion. Propagation means Traveling of sound wave, traveling of wave from one place to another place. So by this experiment, we concluded that by this small activity, it is not experiment children, we can say it as activity. With this activity, we can confirm that sound needs a material medium or medium for propagation. Hence, it is a mechanical wave. Here are some points about the sound wave. Sound needs a medium to travel. Sound is a mechanical wave and needs a medium for transmission. Sound travels through solids, liquids and gases. Sound does not travel in vacuum. So let us have a look about these things one by one. First one you understood now, sound needs a medium to travel. If sound want to travel from one place to another place, it needs a medium. Children, now let us come to the another activity. Children, take a bucket or a bathtub. Fill it with clean water. Take a small bell in one hand. Bell means, we will use in puja room while doing the puja, while worshipping the god. We'll ring the bell, no? Take that small bell in one hand. Shake the bell inside the water to produce sound. Make sure that the bell does not touch the body of the bucket or the tub. Place your ear gently on the water surface. Children, be careful. The water should not enter in your ear. You can hear the sound of the bell. It indicates that sound can travel through liquids. Children, once again, take a bucket or bathtub. Fill that bucket or bathtub with the clean water. Then take a small bell in one hand. Shake this bell inside the water to produce sound. Make sure that the bell does not touch the body of the bucket or tub. Place your ear gently on the water surface. The water should not enter in your ear, children. Be careful about that. So, if you place your ear on the surface of the water, then you can hear the sound of the bell. It indicates that sound can travel through liquids. Now, let us move on to the another activity, children. Take a metal scale or a long metal rod and hold its one end to your ear. Ask your friend to gently scratch or tap at the other end of the scale. Take a meter scale or long metal rod, children, how it is there in the figure, and hold this one end to your ear. Ask your friend to scratch or tap the other end of the scale. You can hear the sound of the scratching. Ask your friend around you if they were able to hear the sound. You can hear the sound of the scratching. It shows that sound can travel through solid. Your friends also can hear this scratching sound, but it is very fainter sound. Your friends can hear only the fainter sound, but you can hear the clear sound of the scratching, children. By this activity, we can confirm that the sound can travel through solids. We know the sound can travel through liquids, and second, from this third activity, we can confirm that the sound can travel through solids. And from first activity, tumbler and cell phone activity is there, no? From that activity, we can say that sound can travel through air. Children, you know about toy telephone? Yes, toy telephone indicates that the sound can travel through strings. Children, play this now. Now it is holidays. You have lot of time. So make your holidays meaningful. by doing the simple activities. Children, make a toy telephone. Children, play with your siblings or play with your friends. It is very interesting one. And experience the sound. Sound can travel through strings. Children, toy telephone indicates that sound can travel through strings. See, from first activity, we confirmed that sound can travel through air. From second activity, sound can travel through liquid. From third activity, sound can travel through, yes, what it is? Sound can travel through solids. In fourth activity, we confirmed that sound can travel through strings. Again, children, see by these all the activities, we can confirm that sound needs a medium to travel. Sound is a mechanical wave and needs a medium for transmission. Transmission means to move from one place to another place. Sound travels through solids, liquids, gases, as well as through strings. Sound does not travel in vacuum. Vacuum means space, children. In space, there is no material medium. If there is no material medium, sound cannot travel. So that sound does not travel in vacuum. Vacuum means space. In space, there is no material medium. So that sound does not travel in vacuum. I hope you understood this, children. Now, sound travels through matter, no children. Sound can travel through gases. It can travel through liquids. It can travel through solids. Let us know about the properties of sound waves when they travel through gases, liquids, and solids. See, most of the sounds we hear travel through gases such as air. Sound wave travels slowly through the air. For example, sound from a bell, a horn, or an alarm clock travels through the air. Children, most of the sound we hear travel through gases such as air. Sound waves travel slowly through the air. For example, sound from the bell, a horn, or an alarm clock travels through the air. Then, in case of liquids, some sounds that we hear travel through water. Sound waves travel faster through water than through the air. It travels faster through water than through the air. Then sonar is the way to use sound to locate objects under water. To locate the underwater objects. That means to locate the submarines. Sonar is the one of the technique to detect that or to locate the objects. And also sonar is used to measure the depth of the water by using sound waves. Children, you know, some of the animals can also produce acts like sonar. Some of the animals use sonar, its own natural sonar. Do you know which are those animals? Yes, bats, dolphins are the animals use sonar. We'll discuss later how they use the sonar. Now let us come to the property of solids travel through property of sound travel through the solids. See children, some sounds that we hear travel through the solids. Sound waves travel very fast through solids. Children, sound wave travels slowly through gases. Then in liquids, it moves faster. In solids, it moves much faster comparative to gases and liquids. For example, when you hit a drum, it vibrates, then the sound travels through the air to your ear. So that solids, sound waves travel very fast through solids. I hope you understood this session, children. Children, In this session, we discussed about how the sound is produced by humans, then how the vocal cords helps us to produce the sound, then how the sound wave travels through solids, liquids, gases and strings. Then we discussed about few of the activities also, children. I hope you understood this session. We will continue the next part of the chapter in the next session. Thank you, children. Thank you, one and all.